Okay, so right now for nutrition, we have Dr. Kalu Uduka from Quincy Wellness. Okay, so he's always ready for us, isn't he? And of course, today we're talking about nutrition, good nutrition, as the first line of defense for most illnesses. Hi, Dr. Kalu, how are you doing?
Hey, I'm good. Good morning.
Good. Your check. It's a breakfast show. What are you looking for again?
I told you now, I don't get used to it.
You don't get used to it, right?
It's always like it's the first time every time.
Every time you come, so, nice. And that's good because it keeps the information fresh and, of course, your vibe fresh as well. Okay, amazing. Sure. So now we're talking about good nutrition for, as a first response to illnesses. So I know I've heard a lot about how what you eat literally impacts on your health. The other time we were talking about nutrition for glowing skin and all of that. Now, so now tell me, right, when it comes to nutrition and health, what's the link?
Oh, like, there's all the there. Because the father of medicine himself said that let thy food be thy medicine.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Or thy medicine shall be thy
food. Amazing, interesting.
So he was trying to say that if you don't feed your body the right things, you know, good food, good nutrition, and nourish your cells well, it will break down. And then you now have to be taking a whole lot of medicine to correct deficiencies. In that case, now then I used to say to my dad, to have like a whole bunch of medications on his hand. You take like 20 medications.
Wow, 20.
Yeah. Like you'll be packing it in batches.
Okay.
And I'm like, what's all this for? Some of them will be to correct the blood pressure, some to correct the cholesterol. But like it was a whole lot of medications. So I was like, it was when I started, when I got to school that I realized that there were ways to have avoided
all of that.
About it, I was like, I don't like medications. So when I get old, is this what I'm going to be doing? I'll now bring up a whole tree
of medications and that. Okay.
Today. But thank God, I realized that if you eat well, you break all those processes that will lead to the damage of all the cells. So, it was really, it was comforting to know that I didn't have to go through all that.
Okay.
Yeah, so, it was just...
Okay, so now, so now growing up, as you said, funny enough, opposite was my case because while I was growing up, I was used to seeing my grandma literally chew bitter leaf, right? She would literally just go to the back of the house and cut a bunch and literally sit down and start chewing it. And I'm like, why are you doing that? Do you understand? And of course, I also grew up, having to take ugu and malt and all those kind of things, right? They'll tell you it's for blood, it's for this, it's for that, right? So now based on, you say you went to medical school and you discovered that, fine, and pills were no longer necessary. So now based on your experience with that and study and research, now, can you give us examples of like particular, let me say, foods or fruits or whatever they may be that actually substitute for several other health issues? For instance, let's say, I know like when it comes to maybe like cold, they tell you, oh, take a lot of ginger or something like that. So can you give us like other examples of illnesses and like their natural remedies?
Oh, okay. Like you already mentioned ginger. Ginger has anti-inflammatory properties. So when you have any illness that has to do with inflammation, most illnesses would cause inflammation and cause your body to react a certain way, which is what inflammation is. So if you take a lot of ginger and, say foods that are rich in vitamin C, because it's an antioxidant, it helps to clear out they have those anti-inflammatory properties.
Yeah.
So instead of doing, in the drug perspective, you can say, I'll do aspirin, it's an anti-inflammatory medication. But if you do
ginger instead, when you need it. Okay, amazing, amazing. It's, of course, always a pleasure talking to you. And, of course, this particular conversation can go on for as long as it can. But right now, we actually have to go right back into the kitchen. But, of course, as he has said, it's very important that you know that instead of taking a whole lot of medications, you actually use natural, sources of nutrition to combat those issues that you may have. Google is your friend, so make sure you search. So we'll go right back to the kitchen right about now. Keep on watching.